Former President Donald Trump is not beating the weird allegations after he made a lewd reference about legendary golfer Arnold Palmer.
But Arnold Palmer was all man, and I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this is a guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough, and I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God, that's unbelievable. I had to say it.
I refuse to say it, but he had such a big old
tallywhacker.
I had to say it. I had to talk about his junk. Believe it or not, not the first time. Trump talked about one of the ways that Palmer was, say, larger than life. In fact, New York Times journalist Maggie Haberman first revealed this in one of her books. She writes, there were countless stories attesting to Trump's prurience, indulging in gossip and obsessing over others' looks. In one of the most memorable, as he prepared for a trip to Latrobe, Pennsylvania for a rally in late 2020, Trump recounted for Oval Office guests at the time that he had seen hometown golf legend Arnold Palmer disrobed at the Latrobe County Club and the size of his genitalia.
Tallywhacker.
Testicles.
Okay. Weird brag. Super weird brag, okay? Yeah, who cares? Like, why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about Arnold Palmer's junk? Nobody knows. And now, of course, after he said this, Palmer's daughter, well, look, she was none too impressed by it. But at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do? Here's what she said. This is Peg Palmer Wares talking to the AP, saying, quote, there's not much to say. I'm not really upset. I think it was a poor choice of approaches to remembering my father, but what are you going to do? I mean, I guess if that's how you want to remember the guy because of his gigantic hog, I mean, that's up to you, I guess. And who's going to go and dispute that account? Now, that said, while Trump apparently looked up to the golf legend, Palmer didn't quite share the same sentiment, at least according to his daughter. She said in 2018, my dad had dealings with him over the years at some charity fundraisers and a few other events that had to do with Trump's golf courses. My dad cherished golf, and he appreciated Trump's support for the game. Trump looked up to my dad, so I suspect he was on his best behavior when they were together. But in the campaign, my dad saw a different side of him. My dad didn't like people who act like they're better than other people. He didn't like it when people were nasty and rude. He didn't like it when someone was disrespectful to someone else. My dad had no patience for people who demean other people in public. He had no patience for people who are dishonest and cheat. My dad was disciplined. He wanted to be a good role model. He was appalled by Trump's lack of civility and what he began to see as Trump's lack of character. Yeah, well, the guy allegedly cheats at golf. So, one moment, she says, stands out in my mind. My dad and I were at home in Latrobe. He died in September, so this was before the election. The television was on, Trump was talking, and my dad made a sound of disgust, like ugh, or ugh. Like he couldn't believe the arrogance and crudeness of this man, who was the nominee of the political party that he believed in. Then he said, quote, he's not as smart as we thought he was, and walked out of the room. What would my dad think of Trump today? I think he'd cringe. As do a lot of people. Okay, and there you go, though, by the way. Imagine having one of the people that you look up to, like, pretty much hate you, your guts. Like, that can't feel good. But what's worse, though, imagine having to defend Trump, even if you actually secretly hate him, which brings me to MAGA Mike Johnson.
Jake, you seem to like that line a lot. Let me tell you that Donald Trump is doing rallies nonstop around the country.
Let me just say something. I don't want to be talking about this.
Right.
Donald Trump is out there saying it. It is.
But you continue to. Let's talk about.
Because you won't.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You won't address it. He is out there talking to.
No, I'll address it. Let me answer it. Okay, don't say it again. We don't have to say.
Don't say it again. Yes, it's because he was talking about
Tallywhacker.
the whole time, just over and over again. He's like, oh, you really like saying that. I'm not the one who said it in the first place. I'm just quoting Donald Trump, who you're here to defend. And look, he also said this, quote, the stuff Trump talks about is fun. He says things that are off the cuff. I've been in those events. I've been in those arenas, and people have a great time at those arenas. So you can cherry pick a few words or lines out of a 2-hour event. Oh, yeah. No, he's off the cuff. I mean, first he's talking about, a guy who eats people. And then, he also talks about the size of another man's junk. I mean, what are you going to do? He's just talking about fun stuff. It's off the cuff. We're all having a great time talking about it, the size of another man's penis. Oh, there you go. I just said it. These are your tough guys. Okay, these are your so-called alpha males now over on the Republican side. Well, if comparing junk sizes is what alpha males do, then it's no surprise that most people don't want to be part of that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.